Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. At the outset, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, sir, for giving me a chance to be a part of this wonderful instruction course, because this is something that initial in my practice, I used to be very, apprehensive. How and why should I switch from local to topical anesthesia? So this is something that I have been through, and so I'll be taking you through this journey. That how I started, because I was doing cataract surgeries and all the surgeries in block. It was because Sanjeev sir has been my co-guide during my MS days. I was always in touch with sir. Whenever I got a chance to visit Lucknow, I used to speak to him. I used to visit him. That what is the new that he's been doing nowadays, and he always pushed me. Why don't you switch over from local to topical? So slowly, I got that confidence by visiting his OTs. So how to shift? I'll now go ahead with that. And what are the questions that come in our mind while we think about switching from local to topical? What are the advantages? Why? What is the feel for the need of this topical anesthesia? What is a mental block that we need to be talking about? What is the learning curve for the topical anesthesia? What are the hurdles that are faced, and how do we manage them? Learning to cope up with the anxiety of the patient. Dr. Mohit sir has very well demonstrated this in his talk, that how to cope up with the anxiety of the patient. And finally, we want a happy patient and a happy doctor. That is our ultimate goal. So what are the advantages of topical anesthesia? The disadvantages of local anesthesia, they become the advantages for the topical anesthesia. So the risk associated with needle injections are positive pressure, posterior pressure, iris prolapse, choroidal hemorrhage, retinal detachment, postoperative diplopia, optic nerve injury, misdirection of anesthesia into the subarachnoid space or even to an artery. These are the potential complications that can occur with a retrobulbar block, which most of us we don't have that. But just to mention, these are the risk associated with needle injections. So and on the other hand, now the expectation of patients has increased, because with time the patient wants you to improve. The expectations increase. Now how to cope up with them? You need something new, and this new thing comes without any expenditure. So that the patient wants immediate results without pain, without downtime, and often without sutures. The advantages of keeping the cornea wet and lubricated is there from the moment the surgery is complete. From a patient's perspective, visual recovery is rapid, eliminating the need for a patch after surgery. An early application of eye drops postoperatively that help prevent complications and improve surgical outcomes. These are the advantages of topical anesthesia over the retrobulbar anesthesia. Now, what is the feel for need? Is it peer pressure? Definitely, because most of the surgeons in town now are doing phaco on the topical anesthesia. So you have this peer pressure, and you feel the need for this shifting. Patient's demand, yes, of course. My first case, I will tell you all, my first case was because of patient's demand. I'll come to that later on. And the need to upgrade. As I told you, this is the upgradation with minimal or no expenditure at all. So my first patient was a very close friend's mother who was operated under topical anesthesia at Lucknow. She is diabetic. She was not able to travel now because of some problems in her leg. So she wanted to get the cataract surgery done locally, and I was her preferred surgeon. But the only thing was she didn't want the cataract surgery to be done under local anesthesia, because she had already experienced what are the benefits of topical anesthesia. So that was the pressure and the patient's demand that made a need to get myself upgraded. There was a mental block, as I had, everybody has that mental block. So how can we switch over from this mental block? That is by discussing with colleagues doing topical phaco. Sanjeev sir was the first person and the one who I have been troubling again and again to clear my doubts how to switch from local to topical. Mohit was the second one. So I always used to discuss with them what are the steps in which you get these problems and how to overcome them. Then I started watching videos. of all the prominent surgeons who do phaco on the topical anesthesia. I have also attended Sanjeev sir's OT, attending OTs of surgeons proficient in topical phaco that I have done. I have been to OTs of Dr. Sanjeev Gupta whenever I had a chance to visit Lucknow. So this is how I overcome my mental block. Then the first case. The first case, as Mohit boss has already told us about this, the patient should be very cooperative. He should be willing to go on the topical anesthesia. The other eye has not operated on the block, because the other eye has been operated under block. He will be comparing the pain sensitivity with the eye operated in block, and definitely initially you will have problems with that. The patient who is not an office squeezer, who is the office squeezer, Dr. Mohit has already told us. The nuclear grade, not too soft, not too hard. OT should not be long. The surgeon should be at ease. If the OT list is very long, the surgeon is already under pressure. So you should be at ease. Dim the illumination while you are draping. Supplement with the local anesthesia whenever it is required. And initially, when you are starting the surgery, treat both the eyes with topical proparacaine. So what is the learning curve associated with this? Initially, you select cooperative patients. Then when your experience increases, you become more proficient in doing topical phaco. You become fearless, and you start doing topical phaco in all the patients. Now you get one presumed cooperative patient, and a complication occurs. That shatters your confidence, and you are back to blocks. But once you are back to blocks now you are a experienced surgeon, so you don't have to start from scratch. You're an experienced surgeon. Now you can slowly and steadily start the cases again, and slowly build up your practice on the topical anesthesia. What are the hurdles faced? What should be my method of topical anesthesia? Will it be a jelly or an intracameral lignocaine? Believe me, both of them work. Now I'm doing initially I used to do under jelly, and now I'm doing under intracameral lignocaine, and I feel that intracameral lignocaine is better. The most important step is doing CCC, because after that both your instruments are inside and the patient cannot move. So during CCC you have to be very cautious, and you should tell the patient that now the step I'm going to do requires some cooperation. And a cooperative patient suddenly sometimes becomes uncooperative, so you need to talk to them timely. Patch or no patch is your own choice. There are some surgeons who want to patch. I don't patch. And when to start inserting eye drops postoperatively, because I'm not patching, I'm starting it instantaneously. The first drop is put on the table itself. The steps in phaco requiring special attention are disinfection initially, insertion of eyelid speculum, microscope light, corneal incision, starting phaco emulsification, and IOL insertion. These are the steps which we need to be very cautious, and we should be talking to the patient at that time, because we know that if the patient is not looking towards the light, or he's moving his side here and there, then these are the steps in which we can have problem. I will be showing you one video. This is my first case. You can see that the patient is not very cooperative. This was my first case, and you can see that even the draping has not been done properly, because this was my first case. So, and I'll just show you initially during the CCC itself, because the patient was not very cooperating, and I had chosen a wrong case. So what happens? The rhexis extends. So now I am going to do the part of the rhexis will be done as can opener one. What after that, after completing it with a can opener style, I will be collapsing the nucleus in the anterior chamber. You can see this, the nucleus has been collapsed in the anterior chamber, and then the phaco was done in the anterior chamber, putting visco again and again. A corrosive viscoelastic was put initially itself, and finally the case looks like this. So we are finished with the case. So this was my first case, and believe me, first case will be a problem with you, but you start doing it. So surgical outcome depends on the patient cooperation. The most uncooperative amma becomes cooperative just by talking to her. Keep talking to the patient about topics not related to surgery, as Mohit sir already told us. whom not to take under topical anesthesia, the young anxious patients, patients not cooperative during indirect orthoscopy or a scan, patient who has other eye surgery under block, cases in which you anticipate complications like PPC, PEX, I mean pseudoexposition syndrome, very small pupil, etc. Ultimate goal is a successful surgeon and a happy patient. Thank you.